What is going on, all you Valorant fans, friends, and foes? I am Septilins, joined by Lads, and we are going to be jumping right back into the Clearly Frame Advantage Valorant edition with two brand new teams, and two teams that I don't know about you, Lads, but I am super excited to see.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to see both these teams. I'm no stranger to seeing DIVIZE in both professional molders. I mean, this is two teams that have been around for quite some time, and now we finally get to see them deck it out in a best of three. And I don't even think they've even started any of their maps yet, so this is kind of a fresh start for everybody, and we're just kind of getting everything locked in. But before we get into all the critical action, we got some shout-outs to be given as well, don't we?
Yes, of course. We want to tell you all, if you're watching this and you don't like Valorant for some reason, we do want to let you know that Clearly has another event next weekend. There'll actually be two, but there's one next weekend. The Clearly Frame Advantage Magic the Gathering edition is September 25th and 26th, and Shadowverse is on October 2nd and 3rd. So this weekend, the next weekend, and the weekend after that, there will be a bunch of Clearly Frame Advantage events. So please check all of them out.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the other things, I said this before, but you know what? I'm going to remind all you viewers, if you just tuning in now, I mean, there is a giveaway in the Twitch chat as well, where you can get two $50 Valorant gift cards. So make sure to just check it out. !Clearly to be entered into the draw. Make sure you're interacting. Make sure you guys are talking about those sick rounds, making clips, whatever you need. There's also a $25 retweet contest as well, which they do announce that in the chat in addition. So lots of money, lots of little prizes up for grabs, and making sure that you can get what you can, get those skins.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely check out that one on Twitter. I don't know if any of you guys know this, but I'm an absolute Twitter fiend. I tweet like 10,000 times a day. And if you do want to follow my Twitter, wink, wink, it is the word listed below me after the @ sign. But either way, definitely go give that giveaway a check out, and follow Laz on Twitter as well. His Twitter's underneath his name too. Oh, he's this way. Follow Laz on Twitter as well. But either way, we will be jumping into this in just a minute. I'm a little heartbroken because there's no bind. Again, this is my 4th series of the weekend. I didn't see bind a single time, but we'll be jumping into Haven, which personally I don't like to play, but I really enjoy watching in a competitive sense, because I feel like the pros, the best of the best, they always do insane things on this map in particular.
Yeah, and I mean, for this map, I think it's one of my favorite maps, to be completely honest. I think there's a lot of good variety in this. I mean, MALDERS definitely putting up some pretty big numbers on this. I mean, they had a 13-5 victory versus Radiance. So, I mean, for them, and Radiance is a very good team and a really new announced roster, for them to just pick it up like that. I mean, now we have a little bit of work here for DIVIZE.
Absolutely. They're going to be fighting perhaps a little bit more difficult of a battle. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with professional MALDERS, but I know that they are a very solid team when it comes down to it. They jump. That might be the fastest agent select I've ever seen. We're looking at a Jet on both sides, a Sova on both sides, an Astra on both sides, and that's where the similarities seem to stop. We've got a Reyna versus a Killjoy, and a Phoenix versus a Cypher. Oh, I guess, okay. A KJ versus a Cypher, and a Phoenix versus a Reyna. Wow, that was too many words. But either way, we're going to be jumping into Haven no matter what here. And honestly, Laz, I'm going to put you on the spot. Off the top of your head, do you give either of these teams a little bit of a competitive edge?
Oh, man, you put me on the spot. You really are. It's hard for me to say, because I think both these teams have had so much experience in a variety of tournaments. Most of them have been together for quite some time, but I kind of want to give that slightest edge just to professional MALDERS, because, again, they were able to take down a very dominant team in a pretty convincing fashion, right? I mean, for me, that's kind of a big statement. So for them, they're kind of running off that.
Absolutely. They're going to be running very aggressive, and I'm glad we get to see these cute little bears once again. I actually didn't even know this one was on Haven until yesterday, so that is knowledge for me. But the timer has finally ticked down. We are going to begin. Professional MALDERS immediately on the offense, DIVIZE starting on the defense. Haven is going to be the only map in the game that is usually considered to be an attacker-advantaged map. So we're going to be keeping an eye on professional MALDERS. They're in the driver's seat, so to speak. We're going to have to see what they can do with being on the offense here.
Yeah, I mean, DIVIZE already losing one of their players early on. That's a pretty big thing that's against them. So now, I mean, it is back to a 4-4, right? So, I mean, the Reyna's dropped from professional MALDERS. But, I mean, now it's going to be a little bit. Inox is going to get tested a little bit. He's got the gravity wells. He's able to take down Tech. So that's a great pickup. The Duelist is now going to be depleted. Charms is going to be able to come through. But Inox is just completely bullying this. He's looking to get himself a 4th if he can. And he does get it, but no, it's going to be his teammate that's going to be able to help him out. But DIVIZE, they pick themselves up a pretty convincing pistol round.
Professional MALDERS wanted the roll in through C, and Inox simply did not care. 3 in a row, nearly 4. Just what a great way to start off Haven. Really sending a message there. That's going to be, like I was talking about, this is supposed to be an offensive-sided map. It's the only one in the game considered to give the offense a competitive edge like that, and they lose the first round. Now, DIVIZE, technically, statistically, are expected to win this second round as well.
You never count them out, though. I mean, anything can happen
Absolutely.
here. I mean, the spike didn't get planted or anything from MALDERS, so I mean, they don't really get like extra money or anything like that. And so for them, like, it is a bit of a grind and just having those classics. So I mean, really, they're looking to see if they can get the spike down. That's going to be huge. If they can take down more than 2 players from DIVIZE, that's also going to be a great play. This control, and look at Soba's already pushed all the way. He's able to get more intel. He's able to find 1. He's able to find 2. Makes it a 3rd. He's just sweeping the floor here of all the MALDERS, and that is that.
Oh my, that might be the fastest round I've ever seen on Haven. Suya just like didn't care that other people wanted to play the game. Suya just literally kicked the door in and mowed down almost the entirety of professional MALDERS. I'm so sorry, I was like yelling during that. That completely caught me off guard. That was insane. Look at this replay. Gets the first kill. Oh, not only is rocking one of my favorite skins in the game, picks up net right here, turns, doesn't have the gun out. I thought they were dead right here. Pulls it out just fast enough to find that Astra and mows down almost the entirety of the team. That is a chef's kiss play to open up round 2 here on Haven.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's playing very aggressive like that when they have the advantage in weapons, it's just not something you typically see, but they're going to go for it again. Suya seeing if he can make it work. You know, not a one-trick pony, but going to be 2. But you know what? It's going to be 2 for Pony right now because he takes down 2 in the sewer. Tech able to get a reply back. We have that 3-3 situation. The Jet is very low, though, here from the attacking side of professional MALDERS.
I mean, it's so kind of the players to be taking turns here on the side of DIVIZE. They're taking turns popping off. They're not just, you know, having a grand old time with it. They're really coming through strong and finding some great value as individuals. It really doesn't seem like anybody's carrying that team, but a very slow push into A, it seems, coming out from professional MALDERS. It's going to be Inox who does find that kill onto that very low HP Jet. Now 2v3 in favor of DIVIZE. Turns into 2v or 3v1, which will turn into 3v none. Coming through, Inox does pick up that 3rd kill and gives DIVIZE their 3rd round win.
How do you win that exchange with a Spectre like that? I mean, let's talk about that for a second. Inox is underneath Heaven or A Tower, and he just completely commits to the fight, and he wins 2 engagements, and then he gets rewarded with a Phantom? Like, I mean, you don't typically see that kind of a range with a weapon like that. I mean, he made it look so easy.
Yeah, and speaking of making things look easy, DIVIZE really doing that here on Haven. I've got to talk about the fact that this is professional MALDERS map pick. So for DIVIZE to be coming out so strong, so aggressive here on the beginning rounds of this map, that is such a great sign for what the rest of this series could hold for them. Churms will pick up that kill onto Tech, and now again, I feel like they've taken a page right out of Lemonade Stand's book here. They just get 1 kill early on. They immediately force a team into that negative scenario where it's really hard to re-engage.
And now DIVIZE are playing very aggressive again. They're going to go towards A main. They're only going to be able to get that flash. Going to go for another one, but the Nebula are going to be placed. That actually does kind of distract. Playboy Joy able to finally take down 1. Suya not able to find it at all. So great pickup here from professional MALDERS. 2 frags that really we didn't expect to go their way, but Churms does have some good map control, but now he has to backpedal. He has to get out of this situation. He's been completely revealed. The Neuro Theft able to get the location of the remaining players. So now professional MALDERS have a little bit to work with.
A little bit to work with, absolutely, but 2 of their players beyond critical condition. That Astra can't be any higher than 10 HP. I mean, she took very close, down to the 8 there. So, I mean, that is just going to be some serious damage to be dealt with. You can't even get flicked by a bullet or you will go down there. Playboy Joe also 22 HP. So DIVIZE, they've got the defensive advantage, they've got the numbers advantage, and they've got the health advantage. Technically, there's not a numbers advantage, but considering Playboy Joe and this Astra don't even add up to half a player in terms of HP, we're basically looking at a 1v1.5 or 3v1.5.
Time is ticking completely, so now Net able to finally pick up that frag, so now they should be able to get this spike down pretty easily. Both players remaining, it is going to be the Jet and the Astra. They are going to be close together now. Utility, a little bit limited. They do have not anything available for them at the time being, but now they're going to just have to frag out. But like we said, the Astra here from Professional MALDERS is very low, spamming away. A little bit caught too exposed now, but Pony able to find 1, able to find a 2nd. Leaving it all just down to Net by himself. He's not able to get the frags. He's spraying away, but no, it's Pony. And that is going to be a triple. And DIVIZE keep things going with a 4-zip.
That was a close one. That was probably the closest that professional Malders have actually been. They found the engagement, they found the spike plant, and they almost won that, had just a couple more bullets landed. I mean, look at that. 8 HP and probably 10 or 15. Like, Pony and Inex were both very low in terms of dying. Professional Malders, they're getting closer and closer each time. You can really feel it, but they've got to put something on the board because every round they lose, the worse their economy is for it.
They do have the Bladestorm only available, but in this round, we're not going to probably see that. I mean, there's no reason for it from Tech, right? So, I mean, but when you compare it for DIVIZE, they do have the Hunter's Fury, so they can use that. And so you maybe get a good opening, maybe kind of slow down this aggression. But it looks like right now, professional Malders are actually going to put more pressure towards the mid. Hunter Fury is going to be activated here from DIVIZE. Clearing things out, not really going to make a connection, but it will be Sim that gets Inox. So he takes down, I believe that's the IGL of the squad.
Yeah, this is also the first round that professional Malders have found that opening frag, but Giovanni immediately going to find the response to it, taking down this Astra. Now that 4v4, the Astra down on both sides. We're really looking at a fair match. It's going to be Giovanni in the back line, Playboy Joe the next to fall, taking a little bit of damage. A great curveball right into Net's face. Run it back does come to a close, but DIVIZE, they've simply got the numbers now.
Oh, that run it back is so critical. I mean, gets the spike down, pushes, and gets now triple frags. So now professional Malders, it was looking good for them, but they completely are on the board now. Their backs are on the board, and DIVIZE have just been able to be the masterminds that are able to just take down these Malders one by one by one, and now it's all just down to a lonely Reyna. Gonna have to frag out, but it will be 1 HP. The Devour's gonna be used now, so gets full back HP. Left. But you got another player close on the left, and Giovanni comes up with the quad, and DIVIZE still keep things with a 5-0, not losing a single round yet.
Not losing a single round yet, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Pony hasn't died a single time yet. Currently sitting at 6-0 in terms of eliminations there, has not died even once. The only player to be able to say that. Everybody on the side of Pro Malders has died 5 times. There has not been a single round that has ended via defuse without 5 casualties online. This has been a complete massacre in favor of DIVIZE.
Yeah, DIVIZE are playing a very flawless defending side. I mean, we just haven't really seen a lot of weaknesses from them yet. Every time they lose a player, it looks like, you know, maybe Malders have an opportunity, but then they just respond back. Like, they don't even sweat on this.
Yeah, that's definitely like DIVIZE is... I said this about Lemonade Stand, but I feel it to be almost even more true about DIVIZE. This is not a team just being carried by 1 or 2 players. This is very clearly a team with 5 very strong individuals playing in kind of under the same name. There's been a lot of progress and a lot of aggression from them that has just worked out over and over and over again. They've got an ultimate disadvantage here with the Bladestorm already out from Pro Malders, but we're going to have to see what's brought to the table here. It's really going to come down to that first elim again. If it is in favor of Pro Malders, they can get something figured out. But DIVIZE, they have not been one to lose that first elim yet.
This is great positioning, too, from Inox. I mean, he's in this cubby on long C, so, I mean, he's able to get some pretty good information. And he hasn't been baited by any of the movement. He can definitely hear them. Sim going to be rewarded with a nice frag on Asuya. He's making a lot of noise. Pony again, though, just able to find these great opportunities. Inox gets the spike down, gets a nice little spam damage as well. He's able to find another frag, decimates that Pro Molder player. So now it's just down to 1. Playboy Joe, he's only got a pistol left, and he's completely pinched.
He's pincered, yeah.
Oh, there's just a moment of time. It's really just going to be about when the clock ends, and it's going to be Pony to find him, getting himself a triple, and DIVIZE are just looking so clean so far on Haven.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but I definitely want to keep an eye on Pony's KDA because right now they are, I think 7-0, 6-0. Either way, they are sitting at a 0 for the deaths, and that's really 9-0. Oh my God, I was way off. They're 9-0 right now. That is, looking clean as an absolute whistle. To hit possibly double digits without dying a single time is a very difficult thing to do in a game as high speed as Valorant. But the ultimate's going to be coming out. Cosmic Divide available on both sides. Bladestorm from DIVIZE as well as Pro Malders rocking that Empress and Hunter's Fury. There comes a lot of damage from Suya. Actually hits the Astra on the side of Pro Malders, but does not find that kill, unfortunately.
And now this is going to be a commit, so Pro Malders is going to switch things up a little bit. Now they're going to put some more pressure onto the sewers, but 2 of the players from DIVIZE are close on by. They're able to hold the fort as much as possible. Hunter's Fury going to be used, actually catches the Phoenix, but not going to be able to get the frag, but Tech able to find this. So now they have the player advantage. They haven't been in this situation before, and now they don't even need to commit to this, and we exactly see it. They're going to backpedal themselves. They're going to reposition, and now they find another frag. So now DIVIZE are really falling apart here. They only have 2 players left. They have the ultimates. They might see a Cosmic Divide, maybe, but they need to find a player quickly if they want to go for this.
Yeah, they're really going to struggle to equalize this here, especially with Inix falling like that. That hurts for sure. Pony, that KDA that I was so proud of, I was so excited to see, might unfortunately come to a close here. We are absolutely in a scenario where most players would expect to pull this into a save round, but at such a pro level like this, I wouldn't be surprised if Pony went out trying to be the hero.
Yeah, I mean, he's been popping off. I mean, why not?
Right.
I mean, and they have money. Like, he can pretty much go for this. There's no reason he has to save this.
No.
If he can pick up bodies, this is going to be good for you because, again, Pro Malders will be the first round that they can have as a victory. So, Pony, if he can just take down a few people, carry on top. But no, Sim gets the better of him.
Timing is everything. Pony, had you waited 1 more second, would have found the bullet in the dome of that Reyna player. But now, unfortunately, DIVIZE going to lose their first round. Pro Malders finally putting something on the board here.
And I mean, this is a great response that we saw from Malders. I mean, I was a little bit unsure because, I mean, they had that commitment on Sewer. And then, I mean, they somehow were able to pick up some frags from DIVIZE. I thought they had the right setup. But no, Malders able to respond back very well. They still have the 1 ultimate that's going to be available. DIVIZE actually does have a replica with the Cosmic Divide in their pocket. But they do have a full gun round, so nothing really to worry about. But this is going to be a commitment now from actually Suya, going to try to push down long. And Playboy Joe actually able to find 2 as well, and that's a great opening for them. It's that 4-on-3, and Pro Malders still have that advantage.
Where you are.
Yeah, Pro Malders, now they've got an extra advantage committing that neural theft coming out here. I've got to say, Playboy Joe doing a great job playing Cypher on the defense is very difficult because most of his utility doesn't really get to work out on the defense, or on the offense, excuse me. Pony is going to put Playboy Joe down, though. Sim picks up that kill out of Giovanni. Oh, we just pull away, and it will be Pony who picks up that 3rd kill. The ace is available. I haven't seen 1 ace this entire week. Oh, that's a lie. I did see 1 ace this whole weekend, but we're not going to be seeing it here as Sim does find that kill. It's going to be down to Terms. Oh, picks up the spike. That's huge. Spike down. Terms gets to play the slowest game he needs right now in order to succeed.
Yeah, this is a great now, so there's even more pressure here. The Reyna remaining. Actually, Sim able to come from the back. He's able to swing on to Terms, gets the better of it. He just had the slight advantage of timing. My God, that could have gone either way. That was definitely a 50-50 chance. But, I mean, it is still a 6-2, but DIVIZE are definitely making damage. They're impacting a lot. And this is going to be one more chance where they have a lot of money, where they can go for the rifles. But look at the situation for Pro Malders. They have the full investment, but if they lose this round, I mean, this might only be enough for them to have to go for another save.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at a scenario where DIVIZE, worst case scenario, they're looking at 6-6 at the half, right? They want to give themselves that point advantage. They want to go at least up to 7 because that'll put 2 rounds between them and Pro Malders, guaranteed at least 2 rounds at the halftime. But now Pro Malders, they've really started to find their footing here on Haven a little bit. Perhaps this is just their first game of the day. They were getting a little warmed up, and Net will find that kill onto Inix, who has not had a super clean last couple of rounds. It's going to be Sim picking up Terms as well. 5v3 DIVIZE there, just players dropping like flies here. Pony finally finds 1, does not find the second, drops in the headshot. Very nice, but Garage will find that kill afterward. Pony goes down, and now 2v3 in favor of Pro Malders once again.
1 enemy remaining.
There it goes. Giovanni down as well. 3-1. Suya gonna be the one this is all about, trying to find that value. Full HP for the time being. Great recon dart, gives you away, takes some damage around the corner. It's going to be really difficult to find these 3 elims. I feel like Suya's just so caught out right here, and there it is. Net will find that final elimination there. That is Pro Malders' 3rd round in a row.
Out of charges.
Yeah, especially with the Nova Pulse. I mean, the fact that, you know, they just completely stunned Suya, so there was just no way he could get out of that. Timeout's finally going to be used. Definitely, I'm kind of glad they did it, because now it's a situation where DIVIZE, they had 6 rounds in a row, and they've now lost 3. So for them, they can kind of slow things down. Malders, you know, kind of maybe take away the momentum that we're seeing from the attacking side. Like you said, they're kind of waking up now. They're starting to look a lot different than when we saw those first 6 rounds, and we only got 3 more rounds to go. So DIVIZE have a little bit of time where they can figure something out, but they don't have the strongest weaponry, but they do have some ultimates. They have a lockdown. Maybe they can do it in a light pistol, but again, they might preserve it for that later rounds of this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got to talk about the fact as well that Valorant is not a sprint of a game. This is absolutely a marathon. And if DIVIZE came in, gave their 150% in the first 6 rounds, I mean, did they burn the candle at both ends too quickly? Are they starting to run out a little bit this early into the map? I mean, who knows? Perhaps they've just had a rough couple of rounds, but I've got to say I've seen a serious slip in terms of talent these last couple of rounds as well. They're missing shots they should be finding, and I want to see DIVIZE really come back and be that team we saw in the first 6 rounds.
It actually does look like a little bit of a force here. So we have the purchase that's going to come in from both Pony and Inox. No, they're going to switch things up. Okay, they're just kind of trolling me. So I'm going to wait until we get that timer locked in. I mean, it was kind of like, you know, who wants to go for the commit? But they only have 2 players that lock in the rifles so far. And everybody else is going to work around with the sheriffs. So it's a little bit of a force purchase. But, you know, I don't mind it. But Suya actually gets taken out immediately. And that's in the backside or the left-hand side of B. So, I mean, now Pro MALDERS starting things off very well for themselves. The Spike's just kind of chilling in the back. They have nothing to worry about. Now DIVIZE, they need to retrieve that weapon.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Suya was one of the 2 players to full commit onto a rifle buy, so to lose them so early like that is just devastating. Giovanni gets taken out as well, Inix finds a kill, traded out, Sim comes through onto Cherms here, and all of a sudden, Pro MALDERS, I mean, they have really kicked it into 5th gear. They are just tearing DIVIZE apart round after round. Playboy Joe finds Pony again. Pro MALDERS, I really think we're going to be looking at a 6-6 halftime if they keep this up.
Yeah, I mean, it's been completely a flip of the script, right? I mean, we saw DIVIZE, it looks so good. I was talking about there's no weaknesses at all on their defensive side, and now Pro MALDERS, they figured it out. They figured out the equation. They now know what they need to do, and I mean, Pony is the one player in DIVIZE that's popping off. He's 14-4. He has an operator now, so they put that little bit of a save, and they're going to put it all into this round. If they can't pick this up, this is that opportunity where MALDERS now have a chance. Like you said, bringing it to that 6-6.
Oh, Suya going for the wall bang through the door frame, not able to find anything there, giving his location away in the mix, but now that's going to force a rotation a little bit as people know where that Sofa's at. They know that their own location's been given away, excuse me. Here comes that owl drone, low to the ground. I like that low to the ground strat. I haven't seen that before, but they've been doing it a couple of times here.
Yeah, it's a good way just to, you know, just check things out. You know, people aren't going to be able to take it out right away. It's a nice little play. I like it. A little bit of commit here. Pro MALDERS close on the long now, so both Giovanni going to be close with them in both terms. Now the stars are getting placed. Net able to take down one player, and that's in the A site. So now DIVIZE is going to go back and have a retake setup. They're going to allow Pro MALDERS to have this site. Lockdown going to be used a little bit early, but it'll work. And now we can see Net. He should be able to destroy it. He actually picks up a frag as well, and he does destroy the lockdown. So that's so critical. And now DIVIZE, they've completely lost their plan, and they need to frag out.
I was even going to say it. I was going to say that lockdown felt desperate. DIVIZE was really trying to put a round finally back in their favor, and it just got immediately destroyed via Hunter's Fury. A very aggressive play, but one I loved to see. And Net picking up a 3K of their own. Pro MALDERS, they are 1 round short of taking it 6-6 into halftime.
Wow, I mean, this
they just took turns.
It completely did.
6.
I was just gonna say that. I mean, this is literally a difference, right? Like DIVIZE were 6 in a row. They were looking so clean, and then all of a sudden, Pro MALDERS were like, "All right, we're gonna do the exact same thing." And this is only in the first half. Like, this isn't even like a second half thing. Like,
yeah,
we're now at a point where this could be a tie game. Double operator from Pro MALDERS. Excuse me.
Feeling courageous. They're feeling confident. They're going to be able to pull this one off, but only time will tell. The Pro MALDERS really trying to find their way in. I'm not a huge fan of the operator on offense, but perhaps they choose A long or C long. They can get this figured out and they can choose how to engage. 7-5 half is still on the table for DIVIZE, but they need to get the first frag for the first time in 6 rounds. They have been the first to die 5 rounds in a row. If they can find a kill early here, I think that'll really help the successes of DIVIZE for the rest of this round.
I mean, Suya's been putting a lot of pressure down long A a lot. Like, I mean, right on the edge here, Sim going to be gifted that easy frag. And Suya's been doing this a lot of times. So, I mean, Pro MALDERS have just completely read that. And DIVIZE now losing a Sova, which is very critical for them. They need all that utility as much as possible. And now Pro MALDERS picking up a secondary frag. So now they're just going to keep on running. Sim getting the little bit of the retake, or sorry, the people that are rotating through. Now able to just reposition himself. Exactly 2 players remaining. It's a 2-on-5. Ultimates galore. Wow. Sim is just locking heads, and it's all down to 1. And Pro MALDERS have brought this back with a flawless and a tie game.
Yeah, honestly, Pro MALDERS, they have put this all the way back up 6-6, and they honestly must have just put on their Clearly gamer glasses, because everybody knows, Clearly has put out a new line of glasses specifically for gamers that are prescription eligible. They are headset compatible. They've got filtering lenses and 11 different styles in this line specifically for gamers. So everybody go ahead and check that out. But 6-6, I mean, as we can see, they're clearly working. Pro MALDERS winning 6 rounds in a row. They're just really putting in the damage. We're basically looking at a complicated 0-0 here, right? I mean, this is just a 1st to 7 at this point.
It completely is. And I mean, now things are going to be switched over. DIVIZE is going to be on this attacking side. We'll have to see what they can do. I mean, Pro MALDERS now are on the full momentum, right? The last 6 rounds have been in their favor. So for them, they're feeling very confident, very good about this. And DIVIZE, this is nerve-wracking. This is frustrating. When you have a dominant lead and it's not working out like that, it's definitely going to affect them.
Yeah, it's definitely going to affect them here. But now finally moving in, Pro MALDERS, they have the Cypher on the defense, but we're looking at that duelist coming out from the side of DIVIZE in the form of that Jett and Phoenix. They're rocking that double duelist gameplay style. I want to see if it's really going to help them succeed here. They find that opening frag for the first time in 6 rounds. This is going to be great, but Net immediately picks up that equalizer with that frenzy, takes Giovanni out of the fight. Pony down to 20 HP. Tech finds terms, but Suya does pick up Net, so a 1-to-1 trade again. Looking at a clean 3v3, a great arrow, trying to get a little bit of information. Courage finding Pony hiding in that little cubby. This is starting to get difficult here for DIVIZE. They're going to really struggle to find their way back into the fight.
And they even have the defuse halfway through too. So, I mean, that smoke still blocking it. And now the 2 players need to be very careful. And now they're just going to stick it. They're completely holding this. So they lose one of the players. So now another stick. But no, DIVIZE are able to pull through that pistol. The double lockdown in the back of Long C works out. And it pays the dividends very well for them.
Yeah, the dividends have been paid indeed. DIVIZE finally remembering how to play the game. Their non-sponsored Gamer Liquid must have finally kicked in here, because they are putting a round away. The pistol round is all about that mechanical skill. Not really a lot of abilities can be used. They've got to win a couple more. They really want to separate these teams, because Pro MALDERS, hey, this is their map choice. They're really looking to take this one away.
Yeah, this is their map pick. So, I mean, for them, and like I said, they had a pretty dominant victory. And again, like when you have a 13-5 win on this map and it's getting neck and neck like this, now pressure's starting to build up. And a good little bit of a damage that's going to be exchanged here from Sim. He actually does make the connection onto the Jett of DIVIZE. So that's a good start already. The duelist, nobody able to heal in this squad from the DIVIZE. So, I mean, now they're kind of just playing things back. They're waiting. And now even we can see Net. He's going to take a little bit of a page here from Sui. He's playing up close and personal down long A. He's going to have that information for the crossover.
Yeah, Playboy Joe guarding Garage with his life, doing literally what I do every time I play defense on this map, where I just get a shorty and sit in Garage. But looks like he's not going to be able to find much information yet, as they're going to be storming right into C. At this point, I mean, DIVIZE just needs to figure out where Sim is and go anywhere else, because Sim is just putting these players away time and time again. Playboy Joe, 8 HP, going to get caught out by Suya. Unfortunately, Pony picks up Tech and DIVIZE. They are finally back into the swing of things, finding Rapage as well. 15 HP Reyna just trying their best, but unfortunately, with 15 HP, you are not going to win a firefight against 4. Or even 1, perhaps. Zinix is right around the corner waiting for you.
Yeah, very clean round from DIVIZE, only losing 1 player. That's exactly what they want, so they kind of have this bonus, you want to call it that, so they can just see what they can work with the weapons they have. And now Pro MALDERS is going to be able to put all the deck here on the table. They're going to have 3 Phantoms with the double Vandal. Pretty much full armor. I mean, a couple people have the light armor pretty much given at this kind of a point, but this is critical now. If MALDERS don't able to pull this through and DIVIZE win this and pick up weapons, oh boy, this could be dicey.
I think dicey is a really good word choice there. This really could be dicey. There's a lot on the line for just a lot of really individual plays. A great recon bolt right out the gate there, so you get information. The crazy thing about the recon bolt is if they don't destroy it, you see exactly where they are. If they do destroy it, you know somebody's over there. So no matter what, you get information that somebody's going to be waiting roughly in that area. Sim now looks like they're about to catch Giovanni kind of off guard a little bit, but no, Sim is going to hang out in sewers trying to keep things alive. And now Tech finds 1. Oni finds the instant trade there with the Spectre. It's going to be all about that next frag. The immediate trades barely worked that well. We're going to see what comes through here in favor of either team. And there it is. Sim, just the player to keep an eye on, gets 1-tapped by Inex, I believe. That does find Giovanni. Playboy Joe picks up Inex, and it's going to be a 1v3, but Pony will be sent to the glue factory. Unfortunately, Pro MALDERS finding that round once again. Only 1 point separating DIVIZE and Pro MALDERS.
Yeah, and that was a lot of pressure for Pro Molders. I mean, they needed to pick up this round. I mean, they need to make sure they can keep as many people alive so they can transition into this. So, I mean, great effort from them. They survived that threat of the bonus round from DIVIZE, bringing it back to an 8-7. Now we're going to see DIVIZE have enough money that they're going to be able to have everything they need, utility and weapons. So this is a good test now. So if we see DIVIZE pick up this round, like I said, this is going to maintain that lead. But if Pro Molders can get this, we're bringing back to a tie game and potentially giving the Pro Molders an opportunity where they can get themselves in the lead position again.
Absolutely, they are very close to doing that. They've got the full buy available, or almost. It looks like Sim does have to go for that light shield, so it's going to be something they want to keep an eye on. But Sim, not really one missing shots recently, doing a great job putting players in their place and really just kind of leading the charge for Pro Molders, pushing into A very aggressively. And it looks like DIVIZE, they're a little bit split here on the corner. Sim goes for the shot onto Giovanni, but that little knife dance, I think that's hilarious when the players do that. But Net will find the kill on the term. Giovanni using that hot hand to pick up Sim, 1-to-1 trade again. It's going to be all about these opening frags. The 1-to-1 never really works out. Somebody needs to get a kill without paying the price of their life for it to really give their team that competitive edge.
Huntress Fury actually does good connection, taking down the Phoenix now. One ultimate available here for DIVIZE, so we can see that it could be placed. Spike still have control, so they haven't lost. It's not like Pro Molders have, a leg up where they have the advantage of that. But they are kind of grouped up. They don't really have a lot of real estate at this point, sorry. So now they want to see what they can find. And they are going to try to test the waters here. They're going to have two players lurking towards sewer. Tech going to be by himself. He's the anchor of the A site, and that anchor gets completely pulled up. And now the ship of DIVIZE are going to be able to sail into the site quickly.
Yeah, I mean, the Tech may have been the anchor, but very clearly we were looking right at Poseidon, ripping that thing out of the bottom of the ocean. Just an immediate kill onto Tech. A great shock dart as well, but it's day late and $1 short. Not quite able to get that lined up. 3v3 here. That's Sova on the side of Pro Molders, less than half health. This is going to be tough for the Pro Molders to engage. They're forced into a retake scenario. That Owl drone giving them all the information they need and more. Suya will pick up Net, taking them offline. Great, they know somebody's in heaven, and Cabrage sent straight to hell. Playboy Joe picking up two there. Suya and Pony going to fall 1-to-1, but it's Inix who finds the round win, keeping that point differential even larger here for DIVIZE, 9-7.
Oh man, I mean, the fact that Playboy Joy was able to get that double frag as well, I mean, I was getting a little bit nervous, but no, it's great work from the IGL here from DIVIZE. He's able to just get that nice, pretty easy 1v1. They have 4 ultimates now, Seth. 4. They have 4 ults that they can use at any given time. They can go for it if they want at this moment. Probably not going to see with Pro Molders on a bit of a save. But hey, you know what? We've seen a lot of interesting plays here today.
Absolutely. There have been a lot of interesting plays. Like we saw those Guardians earlier today. We've seen a lot of very unique choices made by these players, and I'm really curious if we're going to be seeing anything more here. Pro Molders, they're really getting into a position where they want to put these round wins away, but the double duelist for DIVIZE really feels like it's working out pretty consistently. Playboy Joe is going to be able to find one kill, but Pony does put Playboy Joe in the ground. That kill was also the run it back, so that Phoenix just gets to jump right back into the swing of things. Inix finds Cabrage, and all of a sudden, things looking rough. Tech with a Blade Storm of their own. I didn't even hear that one get popped, but that's going to be huge here. Get close enough. That thing's basically a shotgun, so we're going to see what Tech can do with this Blade Storm here with the spike already planted on C, excuse me.
Yeah, and they have the long C control too, so I mean, you have the one player in cubby, and then all the other ones are just in the far back. And they don't even, they have a couple of cloudbursts that they can use. Tech just kind of waiting. Knives are going to be out. He actually gets the first shot onto Suya. A little bit of a bait, but now they need to start moving, and that's going to be, that is great hot hands that lands completely on top of the spike. They are just burning the clock here. Diffuse is coming in, down to the 1v1, but Pony, he needs to find something, and now the Diffuse is halfway. He's sticking it, but it's going to be Tech that's able to pull it up. No way that comes in from Pro Molders.
0.72 seconds. One more bullet, one fraction of a distraction would have put that one on the board for DIVIZE, but Tech just picks up the entire team. Atlas carrying the earth at that point, doing a phenomenal job, keeping the dream alive. Another timeout coming through, this time on the side of Pro Molders. They know they're close. They know they can bring this tide back up. They just have to discuss how they want to do it. And Laz, if you were in that call right now, what do you think they're talking about doing for this next round?
Well, I mean, they're probably getting, just calming down a little bit from that last round. But I mean, this is a moment now. I just kind of want to see where we're at with the money situation and everything for the Pro Molders. But this is a moment now where we can see DIVIZE, they don't really have the strongest amount of weapons. So for them, they're going to probably just try to play that default situation. They want to make sure that they don't lose this round, because if they lose it, this can really flick the switch, right? So they just need to be composed.
Absolutely. And this is actually so interesting. I'm keeping an eye on this here. When you look at kind of the elimination battle, you can see that Pro Malders, they're almost in the lead. It's a little bit back and forth. We see Pony, they're at 21 versus Sims 20, 18 versus 14, but then it starts to shift in favor of Pro Malders. 12 over 7, 11 over, or excuse me, 12 and 12. I'm sorry, that's a tie. So then 11 over 7 and 3 over 2, but it really seems like we're looking at Pony versus Sim, and everybody else gets to just participate sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, completely, right? I mean, we're kind of seeing the frag distribution being a little bit up and down, but when we look at Pro Malders, it's a little bit more even than it would be on DIVIZE's side. Like you said, it's kind of like Inox and Pony are the ones that are really pulling some big weight, but I mean, everybody's doing their job, and that's the important piece, and that's why this game is so close. And even now, DIVIZE, they have that 3-2 split. They're going to be able to get that orb, which will go for the Phoenix. Only 3 orbs away from the ult. They have the Huntress Fury in their back pocket as well. Reyna does have her Empress available here from Pro Malders, which might get activated in a moment, but Sim is just... I mean, if Sim gets this and gets more frags, oh God.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put that. Just, oh God, Sim has been an absolute powerhouse, a tank on this Reyna so far. And if you give them an inch, they absolutely take a mile. Playboy Joe puts Inix in the ground there for a moment. The neural theft coming out as well. All the information they could ever want and more. DIVIZE probably just going to have to charge into this one. Probably going to be some W Warriors, but Net puts Pony away before Pony even gets to pull the trigger. This is just what it's all about here. Net finding Suya. Pro Malders, I think they've tied this one up. They took that break, they discussed what needed to happen, what needed to be changed, and looks like they finally found the opportunity to do so.
Remaining.
Yeah, they've been able to just find the right openings, and now it's just down to one player.
30 seconds left.
The Killjoy Churms. If you can get the spike plant, that's going to be very huge. But no, a great little bit of a tight angle here from Kep, so nice little bit of reply back. Malders now put themselves back to an even game, 9-9. This is map number 1. Now... man, I don't even know, Sep. This is a tough call. I mean, it's just back and forth, and it's kind of hard to predict. I mean, who's in the upper hand?
I was just about to say that very same thing. The first half was so interesting, just teams taking turns. We'll take 6, you'll take 6. I know Cuppa's in chat right now too, so he can probably agree. I think this is the closest game I've seen all weekend. We have seen a lot of 2-0 stomps. We saw a couple map 3s, but they were really one-sided. This is so back and forth coming through. And Flippy Bits, our observer, just agreed with me. This is the closest game that we've seen all weekend. I mean, this has just been so back and forth, so neck and neck across the board. I truly... It feels like a complete coin flip for me right now which one of these teams is going to walk away victorious.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell. And look at this information Sim already has. He's already pushed all the way through, so he's been able to get so much information. He's MacGyver. He solved out one puzzle, but no, Pony going to gallop his way into Garage with his teammates, so now they completely bulldoze the site. They get control of it. Pony able to find another frag as well. That's triple, and he finally gets put down. Net takes him away. Pro Malders down to only 2. Sim had the right play, but it was just a bit too slow, and now he's by himself. Giovanni might be able to get this, but no Sim! He's able to find this one as well.
I would consider this a complete round win if the last player on Malders was anybody but Sim. Like, Sim is the one I'm worried about, but no, Suya will be able to put Sim away and win that round once again for DIVIZE. First team to hit double digits, but up by only a single round. Remember, folks, you have to win a game of competitive Valorant by 2 points. So we very well could go into overtime if these teams continue to do what they're doing, but who knows? We have to see how these next couple of rounds go before we can really find out.
And now Pro Malders is going to be switching things up again. So, I mean, we talk about an operator. It can definitely make a difference. But right now, we have to see Tech. He needs to be able to make these connections. He's one of the players, when he played against Radiance on the second map, which was Breeze, he was popping off. Like, he had 31 frags. So we kind of need to see him come alive at this moment now to get themselves back to that tie game. That's a great start already. He's able to survive. Sim's able to help him out. Just tap it away, and they completely deliver. And DIVIZE, they get completely taken away with a flawless round.
You asked and they answered, lads. I mean, they really just put that one away. Probably the fastest round we've seen on Haven since the very beginning of this. The immediate phenomenal crossfire from all 3 directions. There was nowhere for the Pro Malders to, for DIVIZE to run, and Pro Malders took absolute full advantage of that opportunity. This truly, I've said this already, I'll say it again, this truly can just go any direction, any way. These teams are just taking turns, turning on their greatest fights, their greatest plays, and I honestly do not know which team's going to walk away with a win here. This is only our first map. We have at least one more.
Yeah, this is only map 1 of a BO3, right? Like, this feels like last map of a grand final kind of the way this is going. But now, I mean, no, it's a 10 and 10, neck and neck, map 1 of the BO3. Lots of utility being used, lots of ultimates being burned. Wow. And look at this from the IGL himself. He's just going to take things into his own hands. He's able to just decimate these pro Malders. It's a 2-on-5. Now, they can decide to commit to this, or they can try to save these weapons. And at this moment, they might want to just save it because you have tech with the operator and they have no control of this site at all. You have 5 players to go against in a retake situation. It's unlikely.
Yeah, unlikely for sure. I mean, we might see a flawless round from DIVIZE here. I expect the Malders probably going to pick up 1 or 2 exit frags. It's usually how fights here on this A point seem to go, but Proud from the high ground, going to get loud and proud, but Inix puts him down. And not only the flawless, but the thrifty as well. Coming out from DIVIZE, they put their 11th point online, and now they are 2 rounds short, my friends. This could be our penultimate round if DIVIZE continues to win the next 2.
Oh, boy. Man, oh man, and now you got an operator for the hands of tech again, but you also have one for Pony, and we haven't seen Pony with the op yet, so he's been the one that's been able to, you know, the first half, he was just running through people with a rifle, so he's going to switch things up. I'm curious if he's going to be able to kind of bring that momentum like he did, and it looks like he's going to try to go for this pick down long, see if he can find it. But there's nobody going to be nearby, so he shouldn't be able to find a tech, though. If the moment's the right time, he might be able to. No, he'll take away the drone, or the turret, sorry, but he's going to be able to reposition himself.
Yeah, the reposition is going to be huge here. You don't leave yourself out in the open. You don't leave yourself too vulnerable at that. But Sim waiting for somebody to turn the corner, and it looks like Giovanni was about to. Tech does find Inix in the back here, so DIVIZE losing that numbers game, 5-4. Maybe somebody finds a kill along the way, but I feel like if Malders pick up even 1 more kill, if they can make this a 5-3, DIVIZE really starts to struggle when they don't have the numbers.
Yeah, when they lose those players, that's when they really start to struggle. But you know what, Pony? He's able to get one. Being very aggressive down long C. He's able to get it, but look at Sim.
Oh, no.
He's right in the back. He's behind enemy lines. That's going to be the Killjoy ultimate use. Sim able to win that exchange against Suya as well. How does that go in favor for him?
Sim was like 18 HP, I think. They're super close to being taken offline, but you know, did not fall. Got that kill. Not quite equalizing things either. Just giving Pro Malders an aggressive edge. Pony guarding the back. Able to put Playboy Joe down. Now it's going to be that 3v3 once again. This is all about the retake for the Pro Malders. If DIVIZE wins this one, they'll be 1 round away from taking Haven.
Yeah, and this is a tough decision because it is a 3-on-3, so they kind of want to go for this. But Pony, he's able to get in, and now another response as well. It's all down to 1. It's net versus 2. He's going to try to bring things out. Baits the off shot. Goes for the wide swing, but he strikes out. And now DIVIZE put themselves on a 12th point. And they are 1 round away from taking map number 1 away from the pick of Pro Malders.
I mean, Pony might as well change his name to GOAT at this point because he has made such a huge difference in so many of these rounds. Top fragger in lobby, absolutely disgusting with the operator. I don't think he's the IGL, right? It's Inix. So Pony's just out there having an absolute field day. And now, I mean, like you said, 1 round, 5 elims, 1 solid spike plant short. DIVIZE, they could walk away with Haven right here, right now.
And for Pro Malders, this was their pick, and I mean, they were feeling good from earlier on in the tournament. They probably thought that this was, you know, a gimme. Not a gimme, but I mean, they thought they could probably bring this map so that they can at least have that BO3. But if they lose this, that makes it even harder for them to go into Ascent, and that's the second map, which is the pick of DIVIZE.
Yeah, DIVIZE, they're going to be bringing us into Ascent, Sova's Playground, and the level playing field, whatever you choose to call it. But if DIVIZE can do this on a map they didn't pick, I can't wait to see what they can on a map they did. Blades from around the corner, misses it, Tech, the first to kiss this fight goodbye. Excuse me, no, the Reyna gone as well. I forgot about that op kill. It happened so early on. Pony finding another one. Terms puts down net. In no way we end this with a flawless. We most certainly will. DIVIZE winning Haven 13-10 with a flawless round to boot. All the players in chat right now dropping those GGs, and I could not agree more. What a good game to start off this series.
Whoo-wee. I mean, talk about spice. Talk about that extra hot. Man, oh man, did DIVIZE just come around. I mean, they started things off with a 6-0. Then it came neck and neck with the 6-6. But I mean, give your hats off to Pony. 30 frags with a 365 average combat score. I mean, the guy was just opening every single opportunity he could for his team. And I mean, you got to give the hats off when a duelist can do that. There's just nothing you can do to stop it.
Yeah, there's literally nothing to be done. Outfragging Sim by 6 eliminations, the higher combat score, of course. 3 first blood, so actually a lot less than Sim, but unfortunately, you know, Pony really carried those last couple of rounds, I think. That really made all the difference at the end of the day. And I say the end of the day, but that was the first map of possibly 3. We've got another map coming up in just a couple of minutes. I believe the next map is Ascent. Yeah, so we're going to be seeing that in just a couple of minutes. But before we throw it to our break and these players get to talk about what they're going to do on that next map from now until October 30th. So practically, I mean, over a month, you can get 30% off your first pair of Clearly Gamer frames with the exclusive code Valorant30 at clearly.ca. So go ahead and give that a check out. We're going to throw it to a super short break. We will see you folks right back here in just a couple of minutes with map 2.